Hello, good morning. Morning, studio. How you doing? Hope you're having a great morning. My morning's a little bit busy today, so we have a bit of a late start. I apologize for that. But we are decided to go through with the stream and not cancel it. So here we are. It's going to be a little bit of a short stream today, but we will continue on with our regularly scheduled program, okay? Hope you're having a great morning. Nice Tuesday morning today. I was out I was out this morning, so it's a little warm, a little nice. And we're just gonna go ahead and get right into it here. We're gonna try to use it up as all the time that we have remaining here. All right. What are we doing today? We are going to be working on the light. I think we're done with shadow here. I can't really see anything else, and I kind of felt like I was I was prolonging the drawing yesterday. So there's not a lot of well, I guess I was more wrapped up in the conversation that we're having yesterday, but um we're gonna have a little bit of, see, we did the dark shadows mainly here and here. I still have to fix that. I'm gonna do that off stream and make this a little bit more even. I didn't get to do that yesterday. I wanted to see if there was a way to convert tries to quads for my mesh yesterday, but it didn't work as intended. It doesn't mean anything, but I just wanted to see if what that would do. I was testing that yesterday, so we hopefully we'll be circling back to that. I think what I'm going to do is from now on, just so I can get a nice rhythm for the meshes, is when I do the topology for the meshes, I think I'm going to start working on A99. Good morning. Sorry for the late start, but I decided to just keep going. I was a little bit busy this morning. I'm gonna do the stream anyway, and it's gonna be a short one, of course, shorter than usual. Microsoft just shut down 8 studios this morning. Oh my goodness, what is happening? 8 studios. Which ones? Anything get canceled as a result? Okay, so we're going to do lighting. Yeah, games development is not in a good place currently. Not at all. 8 studios. First, Square Enix with their cancellations. That's not a word. Cancellations, and and now Microsoft. I mean, I think Microsoft's already been doing that, tons, including Ghostwire, which I'm crazy bummed about. That was the Tokyo Ghostwire, the first person that you streamed the one time. I think I got that for free on Epic. That reminds me, I got to check and see what's free for Epic this week. I have a I am in another art streams Discord, and they have an alert bot in their Discord that lets you know when something is free. It's actually very useful. So whenever I forget, eventually I'll get a notification that, oh, hey, this came out. I got one yesterday, so I need to check and see what's free. It's very, very, very helpful for when I forget the times to check for Epic free games. You never know, you might find something good. And it might be something worth streaming one day. So I thought that that would be a good idea to keep track of that. Okay, so we're gonna do light. Let's see. You could do screen or maybe vivid. I'm gonna try screen. Okay, this is gonna really lighten up the color that you're using here. That's a little too strong. Let's see. Arkin. Never heard of that. Tango Game Works. Evil Within. Evil Within. That's the Is that the one with that four-armed monster chick? I like that design. It makes me want to design a monster. I like designing monsters. I like macabre stuff, as I said many times. You will eventually be seeing some creature designs here, and we are going to be doing a little bit more than just human characters. Okay, a lot of my sequel stories in this so-called expanded. We're gonna call it the Ace expanded universe, the ACU. That's whatever. Anyway, the ACU is gonna have a lot of macabre things in it here. I'm just trying to see if there is a way. Oh yeah, tomorrow I'm streaming Hades 2. Hades 2. Yes, yes, yes. I will be up in that. Hype for Monster Designs. Yeah, you know the first one, right? You already know what the first one's gonna be. He's coming back. He's coming back. Um, yeah, and I've mentioned before that I was going to make a series based on this particular character here that's in that same universe. As you can see, if her eyes are any indication that there's going to be the more macabre things are going to be in this part of the universe here. Let's see. Hey Trig, good morning. Welcome to the stream. Tomorrow oh yeah, you said that. The Hi-Fi Rush team was also released. Hi-Fi Rush was the no, that's not Bomb Rush. I always mix up Hi-Fi Rush and Bomb Rush. Hi-Fi Rush was the is that the nope, that's Sunset Overdrive. Never mind. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting those mixed up. I keep getting those mixed up, not forgetting those mixed up. what what is what is going on today? Oh man, hit my other mouse. I hit doing all kinds of stuff today. Sorry, I'm a little discombobulated. I guess I ran into Sherlock Holmes this morning. He discombobulated me with various eardrum pops. You ever see that meme on YouTube where they edited the Sherlock Holmes movie, the one with Robert Downey Jr., to just make him do the eardrum pop for every move that he does? He analyzes what the guy's gonna do, and then he just discombobulates every time. It's hilarious. Let's see. It was the rhythm game with the guy and the robot. Arm I streamed. That kind of rings a bell. That's my favorite iteration of Sherlock. I thought Sherlock Holmes was corny until I watched those. I didn't really know much about Sherlock except for the I think it was Sherlock Holmes in the 25th century. I did not like that cartoon at all. I was just like, I'm not into this, man, and I kind of judged it based off of that. I was like, I don't. This is the kind of detectives, I didn't, because I like detective stuff, right? But the dual brim hat with the little thing on the top and the magnifying glass. I was like, man, that's not cool. I like the hard boiled stuff, but I was young when I said this. Okay, I don't think that way now. So now that maybe pay a little more attention. It's definitely something more than what I thought it was. So here we are. They made him fight like he was in a damn fight club. Oh yeah, yeah, Sherlock Holmes, man. I think that what did they say? It was like it was some martial arts I never heard of before. It was something called Baritsu. I'm not sure what that entails. Um, but I'm assuming it's a more practical martial art. Something like I don't know, something very very pragmatic. I would say. I don't know. I don't really know much about where it comes from. I guess it's something more like the cane fighting that they had going around for people who were of high status, people who always carried a cane, and they some was like, oh, why don't we teach you self defense since you guys are going to be the ones getting robbed, over there in 1800s London. I'm assuming it's something along those lines, like self defense for people of upper class self defense. I don't know much more than that, but I know there was some martial arts going around uh for those types of people. So yeah, maybe it's something like that. I don't know. I gotta move my freaking things around here. The book sometimes he's an amazing fighter, and others he's just a schlub. Yeah, it's most apparently from what I've read, it's mostly accurate to the book for the most part. They do he does have a showdown with Moriarty in Switzerland. It's just there's no giant chateau there over that waterfall. You know, that's really the only thing that they added. But they do fight there, and it's a pretty big waterfall. It's a real location, and I think they actually have a Sherlock Holmes plaque in that area, like in real life. You can go there and you can see the plaque, you know, where Sherlock Holmes was Bardsu is an eclectic martial art and self-defense method originally developed in England. Boxing, jiu-jitsu, cane fight. Okay, yeah, so I was right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure if that was the same thing um as the cane fighting, but I just assumed because that's what it reminded me of. I have a mild interest in martial arts. I think in another life I would have become a martial artist. I did dabble in it a very little, very little, but yeah, it's an interest of mine. I like that kind of stuff. You know, just the science behind it. You know, they call it in the boxing they call it the sweet science. You know, they call boxing the sweet science. It's more the the movement, the footwork, things like that. Because you don't just get points for punching people in the face or the body. You know, you get points for dodging and footwork and things like that. That's why it's probably one of the reasons why Floyd Mayweather is undefeated because a lot of his slips and things they'll that helps him get stay ahead on the points because that's how boxing is rated. How did they name Naruto's son after a fighting style? I don't know. Out of 100, yeah, show ring showmanship. Yeah, it's all part of it. A lot of people come there for a slugfest, and that's fine, but it's boxing is a lot more than that, and that's the thing that I appreciate about it. It could be the same thing for I don't know if UFC is graded that way, but you'll see a lot of the same things there. It's more straightforward, it's more streamlined. So it's more about just like taking the guy out as quickly as possible, and that's very practical. That's fine by me too. It's just it's a little different. It's just a little small tangent when it comes to boxing. I know a lot of people are kind of falling out of favor with it because of they believe it's rigged or it's a lot of it's more spectacle these days than anything. But I still like it somewhat. I haven't been following it lately though. My work is airing the Tyson fight next one to get y'all to come. That's funny. Um, yeah, I want to. I don't know, man. I feel like Tyson would win, but he's also 60, so I mean I don't know. And as much as people hate, I forget which Paul it is. I'm just gonna call him Paul's. As much as people hate Paul, I think he's actually very good at what he does. He's actually a very good boxer. He's putting a lot of effort into it. And he has a good team. He has a good corner. So for all his faults, he's actually we know those Pauls they actually do put effort into these sports and sports entertainment things that they end up getting into. So it's admirable. Just cut out the other stuff. They'll be all right. I'd be a good boxer with the sport media too. Well, yeah, you also need. It's also a lot of mental stuff too. It's not just because you can have all the support and good support in the world, but you still have to take those steps yourself. They can't make you box. You're still going to be the only one in that ring when it comes down to it. He's a good boxer, and his brother is one of the best new wrestlers I've seen in like 12 years. Yeah, I saw some of his ring work. I was impressed, to be honest. I was like, man, he looks like an actual wrestler. I was like, what the heck's the problem? What's the problem, Paul? Y'all do all right when y'all put your minds to something. I guess that's why they're there where they at. Yeah, squared circle, as they say. Squared circle. Tonight in the squared circle. Which one was that? That was the WrestleMania arcade game where they just go over the top with everything, and basically you just kill the person until they lose all their health, and then you pin them. It's basically that's one of my favorite wrestling games, by the way. When it's the digitized um actual wrestlers in the game made by Midway. So, that was their MO before they went 3D in the 90s. ZeniMax was just merged with other developers and may be moved off of their games. ZeniMax was what? Bethesda? Is that what it was? They're not gonna, you know, I if they are with Bethesda, I think nothing's gonna happen to Fallout. Not after that show. They're not gonna let that die now. That show pretty much saved Fallout. I think. I didn't even seen it yet, but from what people are saying, you will see Fallout again. I just hope that they do better than what they've done lately. Not that it's bad. I think it's a couple. It's probably a few steps back from New Vegas in some ways. I do like some things that Fallout 4 has done. It's just a little too buggy, and that's always been a problem with those games. I still have to play the Elder Scrolls games. I'm gonna get into that. I have them. I got Morrowind, I got Oblivion, and I think I got Skyrim. They got them all on sale. So eventually, I'm going to be playing those blind for the first time someday on stream. I'm just saving games for stream at this point, because I have so many games I haven't beaten because I normally just draw and whatnot, or play something that is very long form like Minecraft or an MMO. Okay, I'll let you know. They're Bethesda's online arm. It's 76 ESO and some superhero game that isn't out, and all web connectivity for past games. It's the 11 of Elder Scrolls. They got it like that, huh? That's how they do. They doing 11. They doing 11 stuff in ESO. I saw their the I guess it was the intro, the trailer for ESO when they were fighting on the roof. That was ESO, right? I think that was ESO. That actually I mean the trailer looks great. The trailer for it looked great, but I didn't really see much about the game, so I don't know. I don't know how good the game is. I'm sure it has its fans though, regardless. Let me see. I want to see if this is too bright. I'm gonna do it in levels. I do light, lighter, and lightest. I didn't name these layers yet. I guess this is all in a folder. I have color and grayscale in the same folder because I use clipping masks for just so it blends in more and I can affect all the other layers below it when I merge when I smudge them or blend the colors together. Just so it looks more blend. That's why you get this more smoother. Well, I guess it's smoother. I guess it this more subtle blending. It's literally treated the same as 11. It's unplayable with add-on scripts. People tell others to skip it. It has design ideas that aren't taught that need deep whole dives of explanation. I don't I don't think 11 is unplayable without add-ons. I don't believe in that. I know some people feel that way, but from someone who's played it for so long without add-ons, I don't think that's the case. And people were still coming back to that game or trying it out for the first time. So it's not quite the same, but I get your point. I know what you're saying. I'm not gonna nitpick that. It's just a little I don't know. It's a little I just wanted to for anyone who doesn't know that game and is thinking about trying it, it's not as bad as people make it out to be, especially now there's a lot of quality of life changes. We're not going to talk about play online, okay? I can't defend that. I can't defend that at all. You got that. Yeah, I'm going to concede with play online, but that's its own thing. That's not really the game proper. All right. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's see. I want to bring out the light a little bit more. We're gonna make some lighter areas here. I might have to switch to vivid light for the skin, but that's a whole other layer. ESO is the very same kind of hurdles to play. Okay. All right. They got their own play online. You think they learned their lesson? They were just okay. I forgot all about the 2 hours until you said something. Oh, you tried to play Trig. I mean, I don't see what the problem is. Oh, I know what the problem is. Because yeah, I'm not even gonna get into it because it's a long process. It's you have to log into the website. You know, set the website up. You gotta buy a content ID, and then when you get into Play Online, you have to put in your Play Online password and the password for your website, and the account name as well for your website. So you literally log in with two different types sets of account name and password. So yes, and that's a like a change that they made 14 years ago. I'm gonna name these just so I know what they are. All I gotta say is, Ace, when you're ready for ESO, I'll walk you through the codes to get through the vault to play. Oh, you want me to play ESO? Well, I guess it is part of the Elder Scrolls series. I was thinking more of the single player, but yeah, I'm open to trying it. You know, I'm not I'm not picky when it comes to games. If they're fun, I'll play them. That's what they're supposed to be fun. Oh, I got a text message, and that was a bill being paid. Thank you. Um, and I gotta do darkest one and darkest two. Color darkest one, and if 11 counts for the FF series, ASO counts for the Elder Scrolls series. Got it. I didn't know if they were all related. Well, I guess they are related, right? They do use the same land and world, right? It's not like 11. It's not like 11 where 11 is its own thing, but then 12 is also. I'm not. No, maybe not 12. 10 is also its own thing, right? Two, and we have to keep those separate. Unfortunately, I can't merge those two together because they are two different layers at two different opacities. Okay, and this will be color light. Color light. Boom. Thank you for your payment. You yeah. Yeah, I got it. They don't need to send me anything. I don't even know why they do that. I'm okay with. Well, I mean, you know, I guess it's fine if you need that confirmation, but I don't really. I mean, they can. I can. I should probably just have them switch to email or something. Okay, we're gonna blend that in a little bit. Yeah, I know nothing of Elder Scrolls except the buzzwords that come with it. You know, the memes, um, Dragonborn and false Roda and I know they have vampires and werewolves and assassins and things like that. And I know in Morrowind that it's like Ultima where you have to use your actual you have to the action is tied to whatever act it is tied to a skill, and you have to keep repeating that action in order to level up. I'm sorry, my cushion is slipping. We're just having all kinds of problems today. That's why I keep adjusting because I feel like I'm sinking into a pit here, and pretty soon that's going to be true if it keeps going. Daywalker. You can walk from Daggerfall to Morrowind to Skyrim and 6 other areas that haven't been in the major games yet. Oh yeah, I think I do have Daggerfall as well. Chuck E. Cheese ball pit. Yeah, I'm sliding into a Chuck E. Cheese ball pit. A petri dish for children. I wonder how often they clean that stuff. I may have to do a separate light layer for the secondary light. And since that's only going to be one light layer, I'm going to go ahead and do that now. It'll be color light 1 or color light 2. This will be color light 1. I have to make a color light 2 now. I just want to have all the layers for the skin. In ESO, you can revoke all your other skills to become a vampire or a werewolf. Do you get more than yeah? Do you get more than one? Yeah, I'm sure you do, Trig, because that's normally how it is for online games. I can't think of one where they only tie you to one character and one character only, unless you're talking about something like no, Monster Hunter World has 3 slots. Hmm. I'm sure there's one out there, but mostly, you get more than one slot. A free user gets 3 characters. If you pay for the game, you get unlimited. It's free to play. Okay, now that makes it easy. Then maybe I should try it. What is this? Why am I stuck on the hand? Oh, there we go. I think I don't know what's going on. I'm a little, I'm jacked up today. Oh, okay. Let's see. 35. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do a little lower than that. How about we do a lower opacity? We're gonna see if we can go on ahead and get some kind of. That might work. I think we can always adjust it later. I left some spaces here to indicate where the secondary light will be, so we're gonna follow that. I view it as free to play unless you're a crafter. About to bring back Red Smith. Crafters must pay to play. Yeah, yeah. That's probably to combat any possible RMT. I don't know if they have. I'm pretty sure they have that problem in the game, but all read everything, busting that cart around and coins some come out. Reed Smith. Why is everyone doing a Smith? We got Raid Smith, we got Reed Smith, we got Red Smith. Maybe I should make Dread Smith. What do you think of that? We can all be a Smith. Oh, parody Barry Smith characters from Yo. Yeah, I know. I know. I just wanted to know the reason why we're all making characters like that now. I can make Dread Smith. Then we can all be Smith. Agent Smith. Let me see if I can break that. No, that's a little too saturated. A little too saturated. See, the lightest light here in the secondary light is now not the lightest light. It's going from kind of light to pale. But that's okay because that only means that we're going to have to do a lighter layer also on this side of the face. That's just the way, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like it's unorthodox, but it works out in the end. It all comes together. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing things like out of order, but as long as I keep track of it, I'm cool. Guild Smith. I don't remember how it started, but we rolled deep against this one. If you play it, keep in mind you can't play with the players who aren't on the same chapter as you. And what is a chapter? You mean is this story or is that a shard or a server? I don't know how those games work, so it could be anything. Story progression. Okay, that seems a little backwards. I feel like that's something that's been worked out in games that came before it. Some games don't even do it that way. Actually, most games don't even do it that way, to be honest. There's no sharders or servers. It's all one world. Well, if it's anything what I'm used to, my friends are gonna abandon me in game anyway, so nothing. Oh, stop it, okay? You'll make it. All right. They're all there, in the end. Besides, you usually off doing your own thing anyway. I remember Anarchy, and I've heard the stories in what was that one? Dark Eden. I missed out on that one. I wasn't around when you guys were playing that, but some of the things I've heard made me wish that I was. I don't know what I would have been. Probably would have went the edgy route and been a vampire. You know, always do, you know, weird stuff. So I know that they were quite hated. I refused. They had like Dark Eden was because I was only a Slayer and they had Slayers and Vamps and I refused to play a Vamp. Why is that, Trig? That, you know, the whole red and black theme that you like, that seems like it would fit for a vampire. But you don't like vampires? Could that be it? It's because as you play the story, it affects the world. As example, at the end of a chapter, a city is attacked. After that, it's burned down, and several chapters later, it gets built again, changes all the NPC and shops and stuff. Okay, so you're kind of like, it's like an instant story. So the like, is it like the town would be burnt for you, but for others not so much, like that? Is that what you mean? Normally, when people do that, they do it like the Matrix Online did it, where it's like a whole world event, and once that event happens, like that's now the lore and it happened, and everyone is still on the same page, whether they were a part of that event or not. Like a real time event, I guess. I know I know Matrix Online was basically built on that, on that aspect, and you know, 14 1.0 had a storyline like that, where it was like a whole world event that, you know, if you were there, you were there. If you're not, then, you know, you missed it. The town will look like whatever part of the story they are in. Okay, yeah. Could be on fire for me, but rebuilt for you, and your NPC would be totally different. Gotcha. Yeah, that's kind of weird. But I mean, I mean, like I said, it's not unheard of. It's just no, typically they just have events happen regardless if you're a part of it or not, and they keep all the story stuff so that players can still assist you and things like that. Oh no, I think Ultima also did that once with Lord Blackthorn. The server banded together at some point and just killed him. He's supposed to be invincible, or at least like unkillable, but with enough people attacking him, you can kill him. I don't know if that was an event though. That might have been like just a player driven act. The player just the servers just decided to do that, and they had to roll with it. They decided to roll with the consequences of that afterward. I think by the time we started playing it, you wouldn't have even known what happened or anything. But, you know, after the fact, I read about it. I was like, oh wow, I didn't even know that this happened, because it happened in, you know, before I even heard of Ultima, before any of us did, I guess. We're gonna make this a little, see, it's a little bit off, so we're gonna make that a little less prominent here. That's 100%. I just wanted to see what it looked like. Oh, and that's also a normal layer. No wonder. Okay. Wait, this is Code of Light 2? Oh, shoot. I did it on the wrong layer. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Okay, okay. We're cool. We're cool. I forgot. Yeah, that's okay. Now it's screen. Now they're both screen. Let's see. Keeps the level 60s away from those filthy level 5 characters. It started in Blackthorn thanks to Trick. The Legend of Sir Regal, the first. Yeah, I had that Blackthorn figure as well, even though I didn't have a computer at the time. I just went ahead and bought the game for some reason. I was like, man, I want this game so bad. I did that twice. No, the three times. I bought Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne, Emperor Battle for Doom, and Ultima Online Lord Blackthorn's Revenge without having the consoles at the time or PC, because I wanted the games that much. I did have Ultima, but at the time I didn't have a PC, so I don't even know what happened to that copy. To be honest with you, I may have given it to maybe I gave it to Typo. Okay, what is this? I can't zoom in. Okay, never mind. That's weird. Wouldn't let me zoom in unless I clicked on the picture. Let me see. You bought a new computer so you could play the game. I was with you for before and after pictures. You helped me get a PC for FF11. There's a podcast Ace and I did for sharing that. Oh yeah, yeah. The welcome back, or I'm sorry, home point. Okay, we're going to continue on with the light here because we're going to have the same stopping time. It's going to be a short stream, so we're going to uh going ahead and try to press on here and try to get as much done as we can with the allotted time that we have. Yeah, that reminds me. I want to take I want to download one of the videos that have my old builds on them. 35. That doesn't really make much of a difference. Maybe I should skip the hair for the light section. I know it's a little too light in some areas. I'm gonna probably paint over that and make it bring it in line with the rest with the more natural color. But for this stage, I don't think I should do anything with the hair because the difference is negligible. Like it's already there. So I'm gonna have to paint over this stuff when I touch it up for all the final stage. Ace, after stream, I'm gonna send you a picture and you're gonna be like, wow, okay. Woo, woo. Let me see. Okay, we're gonna go back to skin. Let me go. I got my palette over here on the other screen. Skin palette. We're going to move down to the chest area. Just need a bigger brush. Bro, the internet's popping off about how much Mario Odyssey and Sonic Mania suck. What? That doesn't make any sense to me, man. That's probably a case of the loud, minority of the fan base saying that. I don't pay attention to Twitter in that regard. I'm just gonna post my art there and be done with it. I'm not even going to acknowledge any kind of drama that may result in the future at all. I'm not into that. That's like fake engagement to me. You're not really outraged, okay? Well, just stop it. Just stop it. You want to be enraged. You want to be outraged. Be outraged at buying a game um that requires you to sign into a feature that is not even allowed in your country, like what they did with Helldivers 2. People had to make a big stink about it for Sony to walk it back. That's the type of stuff that you should get freaking outraged about because that's a real effect that it has. You bought a game, you want to support the game and its developers, but Big Corp is basically stealing your money, and that's not okay. Be outraged at that, okay? Oh my god. I know people like both of those games, so I don't know what the deal is. I'm pretty sure it's all fake. Fake outraged. People just faking it, faking the engagement, faking it until they make it. I think we can light in between the necklaces here. Let me zoom in a little bit more because I want to get as close to the necklace as I can. Both the games in this example are like 5 years old now, or one big fan base YouTuber talk shit and they are echoing. I mean, I could understand if something better came out and it made you realize how bad those games actually are, but for either of those, I can't think of one title that could come that would even compare. To be honest, it would have to be another Mario or Sonic game. They are unique in that way. Besides the fact that they're both platformers, but they're wildly different games. Oops, it's not what we want. Let me go back to Darkest. Yep, I correctly assumed that's why we named them. That was the darkest issue there. An area that was not blended in fully, and that's going to be something that I'm going to have to do all over the place. You know, once this is done, maybe around here too, I could see some stuff that I didn't fully blend in. We want to make sure that I just want to minimize all the mistakes for when I actually do pages. It's okay to have mistakes, right? I mean, for the most part, and like if I did something like this and scaled it down, you're not going to see a lot of stuff anyway. But um, it's just so that just to minimize the fact that they're being made in the first place. That's all. I'm like I said, I'm not going to be a super perfectionist, but I want to, at least do like improve in a way that will not allow me to make these same mistakes over and over again. Yeah, I can't think of. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm just not in that kind of social media like that. There's only certain things that I'll pay attention to. Like if something happened on a Final Fantasy 11 private server, I might look at that. I'm like, oh, what's going on there? Because it's very possible that one day I might end up on that if they ever shut down the servers. I don't know. I gotta see though. It's a big investment playing that game, and I'm not thrilled about being in the level 75 era again because I don't look at that part. I don't look at it with complete nostalgia. Like it was fun at the time, but you're talking about a time where you have to wait hours and hours and hours for something to happen. That's not always fun, especially now, especially nowadays when you're an adult. There's a lot better things I can do with my time, like edit my story, make a new story, make a character. I was designing some characters yesterday for. Oh yeah, I remember what I was saying. Yeah, I was gonna do a series with this character. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. I guess I read chat and just went off on a tangent. But I was making. I'm gonna do a series with this character, and I was designing some characters yesterday for this person, like brainstorming, not actual design, but just brainstorming some stuff that could happen in the story. And yeah, I could be doing that instead of waiting 10 hours for an NM. I guess you could do both, if you really want to, but I think putting your best effort will require more attention. So yeah, making a character, making a story, putting that effort into my art overall sounds like a better deal than waiting for 10 hours of an NM that I might not even beat on my own to pop out, or somebody might take it as soon as it comes out. Getting ready for work, BRB. Okay. Yeah, it was fine then, but now I'm not so sure if that's something that I want to do with my time. But I don't have to do that. That's the fun thing about you know games like that. If they have enough things to do, you can just do those things and not the grindy stuff if you really want to. And I don't really mind the grindy stuff. It's just I don't know. It's like it's like if it's not. I really have to be in the mood to do it. I'll just leave it at that. Sometimes I'll think about, okay, what am I doing? I could be doing something else. And sometimes that thought will occur to me. I won't do it. But if I want to do it, I'll do it. All right, let me see. Let me see. Got to blend this in a little bit more. I know I kind of just laid in some really rough lighting here, but this is just to do like a quick pass for the next 40 minutes here, and we'll pick up a more in-depth go at it tomorrow. If nothing happens, if everything goes according to plan, of course. It's not the case today, so I had to push this back. But it's coming along quite well. I think, yeah, besides the background, because the background's really rough. I don't want to have backgrounds like this in my webcomic, but for the most part, this is how the webcomic is gonna look. Any kind of feedback is welcome. I want to do hatching and these heavier line arts here. But I'm very open to criticism. My friends have definitely tempered me in that regard. We used to bag on each other pretty well. Our art, art, especially me, because I kind of I felt like out of all of us, I tended to phone it in a little more than others sometimes and take shortcuts and things like that. But yeah, that was what we did. I don't mind criticism as long as it's constructive. I can't do anything with you suck. I can't do anything with that. That doesn't help me at all. But thank you if you believe that. I don't know. Got to make sure we're on the right one here. Okay, color light one. I'm going to light this area here just a little bit. Okay. I've been in the mood to read indie comics. I got a lot of indie comics I need to read. So I made my own indie comic. It's not out yet, but it's written. It's fully written. I just edit it here and there. Um, as far as the story is concerned, like I think I mentioned this yesterday, it's 138,000 words in the rough draft. It'll probably be a little more than that for this next draft that I'm doing of it, because there are some things that I need to rewrite or clarify in this next draft. But it's 138,000 words, which would translate to, if you have around 210 so words a page, and you have 6 panels, that would be what, 25 or 35 uh, words per word bubble per panel. That would equate to, and I'm just, because I don't have a calculator right now, but I did do the math, the correct math. Regardless of what I just said, it all equals 23 and a half issues for volume one. So that's the length that I'm looking at currently for this webcomic. I wrote it from start to finish, and I could, and I'm just making sure that it all makes sense, and that there's the spelling, and just fleshing out some areas of the story a little bit more if they need it. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of that later. I didn't get to do much yesterday, but there are some. I did a little bit of research for some changes that I am planning to make in Act One, and it's not radical changes. It's just the circumstances of the same plot threads are changing a little bit, but it's the same story. It's just when I wrote it, it was a little. I felt like when I'm reading through it, it feels a little light in certain areas of Act One, so I'm trying to flesh them out a little bit more. But other than that, I'm satisfied with it. 23.5 issues. It's actually 23.4, but I rounded it up to 5 because I don't know how much more words it's going to end up having right now, but it'll be I'm gonna leave this the base color. I think that's the length that we're looking at right now. 23 issues. If you're counting Western, I don't know how much that equates to in chapters. I know that's a little different for webtoons and things like that. I know that some people have some people stick to 2 sentences per panel. And that's not exactly 25 words. It might be a little less than 25 words. And then there's the panels themselves. And you're not gonna normally see 6 panels in a manhwa or a webtoon. Sometimes you'll have like a scroll, a full on panel, things like that. Or you'll have like maybe 3 at the most. So it's a little different. You wanna spread it out a little bit more for webtoons. That's counting the pages that have words. They're going to be pages with no words at all. So I don't know. It could be more than that. I could safely probably, well, I don't even know. I could with words, if just off the top of my head, with words with no pages with no words on them, you could probably double that. It'll probably be closer to 50 something issues if it's all said when it's all said and done. So I don't know. I wanted to merge just a little bit more. Okay, it was darkest too. I forgot that I had to switch. The darkest one was in the place of darkest two. I had to switch them, so I'll have to see how that if I have to do anything down there. I think I should make it a little darker. I'll circle back to that though. And now I want to start. Let me see color. Okay, this is the secondary light, color light 2. So what I'm going to do now, I think I can start adding in the reflections of the sky into the jacket. Let me see how that goes. It's not a pass through layer, so if I mess it up, I can just erase it. You don't want to erase anything in a pass through layer. It's going to erase everything below it, and that was the problem that I had the other day when I was trying to color it. I erased some details about it, and it messed up the entire thing, so I had to redo it. I quickly did it off stream though, so it was not a big deal. Hopefully, I'll be able to transfer the speed that I have off stream to on stream. I'm still I still consider myself starting out with this, so I work a little slower than I normally do. But when everything is off and I'm not streaming, I really blaze through pictures pretty well, like pretty quickly, without rushing. So one day, hopefully, my goal is to do that while I'm on stream. That way, I can probably finish an entire picture in one stream. And to do that, I had to probably start. I would probably have to lengthen my streaming time too. So far, it's been, I think besides my first stream, it's been around 3 hours ish. Is my typical stream time for this. I might have to increase that though if I want to try to complete a picture within one day, and that means starting earlier, which I've been trying to do that, but things keep happening that prevent me from doing that. So, but one day we will get there. I appreciate everyone taking the time out to check this stream out. Regardless, I know it doesn't last very long, especially today, but um, your viewership and your conversations are much appreciated. Uh, okay, see now the jacket is starting to take on a little bit of the environment here. We're going to try to make some greens, a little bit of greens down here from the ground. We may have to make certain parts of this jacket a little darker though. Maybe. Or better yet, we can just reduce. You know what I should have done was put this color on a different layer so I can adjust it more without adjusting the face. I think it'll be fine. I think we'll be all right. Going to put a little bit more of the sky into the jacket here. And on this side, I guess you won't have as much blue in it. It'll be mostly the sunlight, so it'll be more yellowish, whitish, maybe. That's what we're gonna go with. It's basically what I am thinking. And then we'll have some green down here for the jacket. Okay, the jacket. I don't know why I said it. Anyway, you know what? I'm not going to use the base colors from the palette. I'm going to use the color from the actual picture because it's all blended now. So let's do that instead. I think maybe right here can probably add some green since this is like is it the occlusion here? Forget the other word right now. It escapes me. I'm kind of scatterbrained at this moment. Got a lot of thoughts swirling around my head. And it's affecting my performance. That's okay. Ambient inclusion. Yeah, there you go. Occlusion. We got it. We got it. It came back to us. Don't worry about it. Anyways, we're going to put a little green down here. Right? And let me see. This will be away from. This is kind of sinking into the shadows a bit. So I'm just going to put the green here. I think that's right. I don't know. As long as the eye believes it's right at a glance, it's okay in my book. You know, it doesn't have to be 100% accurate. Now here, we want to do, yeah, well, I guess we'll do the same thing here. And here. That's why I like, you could simulate this in a 3D environment and have a perfect reference. But even in that regard, I don't like one for one copying even if it's my own reference. Like I kind of like want to put a little spin on it a little bit. It's probably counterproductive to what you want to do in a web comic, right? You want to be as consistent as possible. But I think it's fine to have a little fun with it too. Okay. This, I mean, I feel like the sunlight will still. We can put some green there, just a little bit on the bottom. Right. It's barely noticeable anyway because it's secondary light. It's very shiny. It's kind of like leather a little bit, but that's okay. It's quite all right. It doesn't have to be an authentic leather jacket. It's good enough, but I don't want it to be latex either. It's not like the same. It wasn't supposed to be the same shine as like Trinity's bodysuit in the Matrix, but we're gonna let it rock. We're gonna let it go. Also, okay, use this, and we're gonna have some of that light bounce over here a little bit. That's what we're gonna do. Some of it bounce right over there. Right? Really marvelous. We'll blend that in later. And then let's see. Well, I'm about right there. It's gonna lay in some some quick work here. And yeah, we have to do the gold too. I have not decided if this person's eyes, like I'm gonna make them more natural. I won't make them look like actual gold, actual golden eyes here. I'm trying to make them look more, you know, like, because I'm using an actual cat's eyes as a reference. So we're gonna try to, and it's more than just yellow here. Like outside, you're gonna have orange. You're gonna have orange here, and you're even gonna have some green, a little bit in the center. So I'm gonna put that in too. I'm not sure if I'll get that to that today. Actually, you know, I should just do it right now, to be honest. But we're still on light. We're not gonna put any additional colors in yet. That's usually the last thing that I do in the picture. But I think instead we are going to work on the gold a little bit, try to make it shine a little bit better. Oops, I hit O. Why did I hit O? I don't know. I don't know what I did. I was gonna save it though. Hopefully I didn't mess anything up. All right. Let's try. Okay, let's try to shine some of this gold up a little bit. Metal is not my forte, but we're gonna try to make it work. So you can already tell here that I got some of the shadow into the gold. We'll have to touch that up at the end. Let me back up some. Yeah, okay. This is only the first light layer, so we'll be able to, I mean, it's not going to super shine yet, but we're going to try to get there. I'm just going to paint in some very rough lighting here, and then we'll fix it later. It still looks dull right now, but we're slowly putting in the light. It'll be all right. So I'm going to shine that in. Okay. See some line art mistakes there, but again, we can just paint over that. We can paint over the entire line art, really. Even if we fail to make this look like metal, we'll definitely give it our best shot, or gold, sorry, and which is metal, of course. Um, we fail to make this look like gold, you know, we'll give it our best shot, and we'll try to do better next time. I'm not gonna try to spend too much time on it. It's kind of tricky to light a necklace because it's already night. It's already like the light is not shining directly on it. And all the references I've seen, it's not always a, even if it is like the light is on it, it's all lit the same way. You know, you just paint it one flat color for the most part. And if it has any embossments or engravings or anything like that, that's where the shadow would be inside that. Depending on what it is, I don't know. Like if it's easy to do flat surfaces because you can do like a gradient to from dark to light. In the world, and we can you can do a gradient from dark to light and just go off of that. And but this isn't a flat surface. These are like very round shapes that go in different directions. So it's a little different than that. Basically, I'm just lighting up the areas that are the closest to the light source and calling it a day for now. You know, it's only, you want to, inside of the lights, the light areas here is where you want to put the highlights at. You have to just paint inside of the light. It's basically what I do for metal. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it still looks dull. I guess it depends on what I'm trying to do. Maybe it's no, actually, I think Electrum is also shiny. You know, Fool's Gold and Pyrite, things like that. I think yeah, they're just as shiny as gold, I believe. But they definitely look different. They have a different texture too. I'm gonna put the lighting. So I'm kind of just roughly painting in. Let's get a little closer here. Make sure that we're getting everything within the necklace. Even though you weren't gonna be able to, you're not gonna be able to see this in the final resolution. But like I said earlier, I want to make it a habit of doing things the right way, so that way you don't have to go back and fix it, and you don't keep carrying over the same habits from picture to picture. What we're trying to do here is we're just trying to make the I think the dark areas are a little too dark, but we can brighten them with another layer. It's too much dark in the gold. It makes it look more like bronze or something, or different metal. Too much brown. So what we're going to do is, let me see, let me look at my, well, we have brown as dark. That's why I used it, but it might be too centralized in certain areas. But like I said, we can fix that later. We're gonna make this really bright here. That bright, like so. Get this little mini bar here, this little mini metallic bar. And how about this area? I'm gonna brighten this area up too a little bit. You want to put some, I think I can do that. I can put let me see if I lighten this area up, what happens. Let's see what, but I'm going to lighten those areas up on a different layer so it's not too light. Kind of want to do it on a different layer. All right. See, I kind of painted the shadow around the necklace there a little bit. Oops. Oopsie poopsie. You can't see that from back here. Let me see. Control 0. It's slightly noticeable, but it's like it's such a small thing. Well, see, I mean, unless you've seen this stream here, you'll know it's there for the most part. Unless you're looking for a critique, if you're looking for something to critique about, you'll probably see that. It's okay. But we are going to fix that, just not today. We're not going to fix it today. I don't want to keep working on this for weeks and weeks. Uh, I'm only doing this because I'm still getting my mesh ready for the stream. And I wanted to see how, if I drew a page, how it would look. This is pretty much how it's going to look. But it won't be as like a straight on portrait. You know, I want to do more, you know, dynamic portraits of characters. I'm just doing, like I said, I'm just doing this, you know, so you don't see me do the boring stuff all the time. I did a little bit of topology on stream. Welcome back, 99. And I did a little bit of the topology on stream, and I didn't want to. I would have been doing it all the way up until last week, copying and pasting. I didn't think that it would be a good thing to stream, so we did this. But also, I don't want to draw this out too long either. You know, I could probably just stop now and this will be done. It's just, but it doesn't look done to me, so I have to still do the lighting in the sky and things like that. But the person looks done. I can literally just stop doing the person right now. It looks fine. I'm just doing little small details here and there. It probably won't be noticed if I change the resolution, because it's a very big, this is a very big picture, and it would have to be scaled down to wherever certain areas that I used to post, I would have to scale the pictures down. Those are some good things Trig sent us. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna look at it as soon as I'm done with the stream. I started late, so I kind of want to keep going as much as possible. I'm just looking for anything that I could possibly put on this layer of light. Maybe I guess I could do the sun for the jacket. Didn't do that yet. Oh, okay. I'm gonna try to do that. I'm intrigued. I wonder what it is. Don't tell me, but I wonder what it is. Set the wait up. Well, we won't have to wait too much longer here. Okay, so we're going to post, but I won't make it too yellow, but just enough to show that this is the sunlight hitting the area here. I got into the hair a little bit. I should just leave it. Honestly, it's not really a big deal. I can, like I said, I can fix that later. I don't want to keep doing that because if you have too many, I'll fix that later. You're gonna have a picture full of I'll fix that later, and it's gonna look rough. Okay, it's gonna look raw. You don't want the art. I don't want the art for the webcomic to look raw. So we have to not do that for practice. As if we were going to submit this as a page today. It's no problem. I gotta head out soon. Also, yeah, it's gonna be about nine more minutes. I'll go for 9 more minutes and I'm done for today. I'm sorry, people, for the short stream. I said I have a busy morning, and on top of that, something unexpected came up. So I considered just not streaming, but I said I was going to stream, so I'll just do. I try to keep my word, so I'll just do a light stream. I don't mean to waste anyone's time. If you feel like 1 or 2 hours is not enough to pop in, I'm sorry for that, but I wanted to keep with the schedule, so here we are. Some things you can't plan for, but we will uh, make up whatever time is lost in the future someday. Someday. We will make it up somehow. Okay. Whatever that is, And I think in a perfect world, I probably could have finished this picture today, but I'm going to have to prolong it for another day or so. Um, I think at this point, as soon as this picture is done, if it's not noon when I do finish it, I'll probably just end the stream early. So I don't have anything else. Like, I'm still trying to get my mesh together. I'm trying. Hopefully, it'll be for next week. Like, we can circle back to that. And I'm thinking, it's like I think I've already mentioned this, but as soon as I get to a topology for one mesh, just go ahead and start working on the other mesh. That way, I'll always have something, right? That's kind of the goal that I'm doing here. Is like I always have something to draw, so I can just stream it. Normally, I just work on one thing at a time, but I'm going to have to start multitasking a little bit more. It'll help with productivity too. So I don't really see a downside to it. It's not like a big deal for me. I feel like streaming my art and streaming my art is actually helping me plan things a little bit better for my webcomic. So some of that scheduling that I'm doing for streaming can transfer over to that project, and that'll help with that. And probably, hopefully, the goal is to increase the productivity for that. So multitasking could help in that. And I usually multitask with a lot of things that I do, even like in video games. So I guess that could help. That could help in theory, as long as you don't spin too many plates. They shut down 2 more small studios. Why buy them all if you're going to shut them down a year later? There is a reason. I don't know that I'm not a corporate person. There is a reason why they're doing that. Um, One is competition. I would say you're shutting down a competition, and you're maximizing your profit. That's just off the top of my head here. Okay. Um, I don't know if that's the real reason, but that's the first thing that comes to my mind, right? Like that's the thing with that Vince McMahon tried to do, right? He bought WCW so he doesn't have to compete with them anymore, and then that's your competition. Everyone's coming to you now, but now you don't have that competitive edge that'll make you uh try more, improve your product. That's like a downside to it though. You didn't say the downside. Yeah, that's why they're doing it. I feel like that's kind of the same thing, right? You're cutting out your competition, and then and now you have all this stuff that you have to pay for, but you can just shut it down so that way whatever profits you're getting, you get more profits. Taxes, yeah, that's another thing. You can report that as a loss and keep more money, right? I'm sure that's how it works. It's going to be. I'm doing a lot of examining here. I'm sorry, instead of drawing. I'm trying to see what I can possibly add to this light layer. That's what he did. Yep. Yeah. Figured. Yeah. It's a very It's a cold world in that cold corporate world. I'm gonna add some white here to the lips. I feel like it could come that down that far. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. That's how it works. Yeah. I don't get it though. I mean, I feel like a lot of great games have been coming out, but maybe it's not those studios that are shutting down. Woo! I don't know, man. I thought games were doing all right. They had a lot of great games in the last couple years, and more to come. But I feel like I feel like people are just like, nah, we need more money right now. We just need more money, and that's what they're doing. That's what I feel like. It's like we're gonna shut all this down so we can make even more money, consolidate, put all of our eggs into just a few franchise baskets. So it seems like to me that's what they normally do, right? There's a lot of great franchises that don't get to continue because they're making more off of the other thing that they have. Capcom is like number one in that category. They have a lot of great franchises and titles that won't go probably will never see again outside of re-releases because they do so much with Monster Hunter, Street Fighter, Resident Evil, um, Devil May Cry. What else they got? They got other stuff too, other fighting games because they have more than one. We ain't gonna see probably ain't gonna see Darkstalkers, Power Stone. Um, I don't know how people feel overall about Dino Crisis, but I liked it, so we're probably not gonna see it. And the same thing with Square Enix too. I mean they kind of dropped the ball with Parasite Eve, to be honest. But I did like the first two. I never played the third, and from the sound of it, of what they did with the third one, I probably will never play the third one. I'm not into that. I'm not into whatever it is they did. It sounds bad, and it doesn't sound like something that I want to be a part of. So there's that. But they got Final Fantasy, they got Kingdom Hearts, they got Final Fantasy, and they also have Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, and they have Final Fantasy. Also Final Fantasy. So you can expect Final Fantasy in the near future. Okay. I think we're gonna stop it here. I'm so sorry that this was a short stream. Couldn't help it, but I also wanted to keep to the schedule. So we're gonna stop it here. I will be back. Hopefully, if everything goes according to plan tomorrow, we will stream at our usual earlier time and go on for longer. But I think this is a good chance that this picture might be done tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do for Wednesday. I'm a little worried, but I can draw anything, so I'm sure I'll just draw something random until my mesh is ready to be streamed again. Okay, I thank you all for coming by for this short stream and watching the VOD. If you spent your time watching this, I thank you so much, and I'm sorry that it's so short. I will be back if you are around. I will see you next time. Okay.